Hi guys, welcome back on board of the Crypto Cruiser. It's me, Chris, and today we're going to talk about Polkadot, also known as DOT, what Polkadot is all about, what makes it unique. We're going to talk some chart analysis, potential price targets, where Polkadot is heading in the immediate short term. Why do I believe that Polkadot has the potential to break its all-time high, its previous all-time high, at price of above $50 to potentially go above $100? A lot of people in the comment section have said that potentially can never happen, but you always have to believe. I think Polkadot has one of the best fundamentals out there. We just have to look what happened in the previous bull cycle in 2020, 2021, outperformed most of the layer ones, and I think this bull cycle, this altcoin season, layer ones also gonna be the fundamental part of the season. And the Polkadot can be one of those coins that most probably will outperform Ethereum and Bitcoin as well. But before we start talking about Polkadot, let's just start today's show with the Bitcoin chart as we always do. And I've told you guys over here when Bitcoin was around 111,000. You can just turn back some of my videos so you clearly see it's there. I've told you this correction won't last long, and potentially we'll start hitting all-time highs by mid-August to end of August, and that's exactly where we're heading now. It doesn't, I'm not quite certain if we're gonna go and break above this 120,000, but we have the potential to do that. So I have two base case scenarios that potentially can play out. One of it is basically consolidate for quite a lot of time by the end of the year, and potentially February, March, we see this blow off top that I've mentioned previously, and potentially Bitcoin goes above its previous all-time high price of around 125,000 and goes to 160,000. The other case scenario, which in my personal opinion is more likely, is to Bitcoin start hitting all-time high next week, start testing price of above 125,000, 230,000, potential correction, final shake off, final wash off of all the weak hands, and a blow off top, which can occur by October, November of this year. Let's see how this thing is gonna play out. So far, so good. We're definitely in a bull market. Bitcoin is almost 120,000. The bottom of the market in 2022 was around 15,000. So any correction we're experiencing at the moment, it's for buying, because we're definitely in a bull market, as I've said. Also, anything I say in this video, it is not a financial advice. As I always repeat, it is not a financial advice. It's for pure entertainment purposes. And before you do anything, do due diligence and make your own research, because as I've said, this is definitely not a financial advice. But if you look at the trajectory and the chart analysis and the statistics, Bitcoin potentially, in my view, has the potential to go higher than its previous all-time high price of above 125,000 in the immediate short term. Now, when it comes to Ethereum, I've been nothing but right as well. So basically, what I'm seeing is nothing but bullish momentum. On the weekly chart, actually on the yearly chart, from basically May of 2021 till now, we are forming a huge, massive reverse head and shoulders. The left shoulder was formed between May of 2021 and November of 2021, and the head, the bottom of the bear market, which occurred in June of 2022, and pretty much from March of 2024 till now, over a year and a half, we've been forming a huge ascending triangle pattern, and we've been testing this resistance line. It's since November of 2021, we've been testing this resistance line from its all-time high for Ethereum, for price of more than 4,800. From November 2021 till now, we've been testing this resistance line. So basically this week we managed to break above it. We tested it in March of 2024 at prices of around 4,100. We went there in May of 2024, and while everyone was thinking in December of 2024 that we actually gonna break above this resistance line, and we're gonna go for all-time highs for Ethereum. We actually collapsed. Trump introduced the tariffs of most countries, and we recovered. Right now, we tested a few times in July this resistance line. We actually managed to break above it, and what I'm anticipating next is for Ethereum to actually come back to this 3,900. So potentially next week we can experience I'm not gonna be surprised if we experience a correction. Ethereum goes to 3,900 or little below $3,900, and potentially Bitcoin can go below, let's say 100, around 112,000. Now, this correction, if occurs, and we just don't see Ethereum smashing through that resistance line, will be actually healthy, right? It will be healthy because since we broke of this yearly resistance line, we come back, we turn it into support at level 3,900, potentially next week, for continuation of the trend on the upside. And what I'm actually seeing, if we match this ascending triangle pattern, the target is around $6,660. We can go there by October, November of this year. A little correction and a blow off top, and I'm not going to be surprised at all if actually Ethereum goes above 5 digits, meaning $10,000 for Ethereum. It's not completely out of the picture. Let's see how this thing is going to play out. Now, when it comes to Polkadot, as I've introduced you initially, Polkadot has a very good fundamentals. It already showed us what happened in the previous bull cycle, and if we measure from basically end of December of 2020 till middle of February of 2021, so in a period of month and a half, we went from $4, around $4 for Polkadot, to above $40, so 10x. We actually top in November of 2021 for Polkadot of $55, right? So 10x in a matter of a month and a half. So if something like that plays out, right, and we go and test these prices of around $40, $45, potentially even further than that, and we start testing this all-time high price of around $55, potential correction to level of around, I mean, we can go below, right? But this correction potentially can last a couple of months, or even not as long, maybe just a couple of weeks. And if we tested that price of around $55 and we have a full price discovery, Polkadot can actually go triple digits. This is not completely out of the out of reality. I think this can potentially happen. Why do I think so? Because it already happened. Polkadot, as I've told you, between end of December of 2020 till mid-February of 2021, it went 10x in a matter of less than 2 months. So Polkadot, since dealing with theory probabilities, have done that. It has the potential to do it again. And if we go and test its all-time high price of around $55 and have a full price discovery, and we form this huge reverse head and shoulders, just like Ethereum is forming this huge reverse head and shoulders, Polkadot has a lot more upside momentum, has a lot more potential, and can easily go to $100 to $120. Again, that's not a financial advice. Once again, guys, thank you all for tuning in. I really appreciate all the support. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube, please do it. It's absolutely free. And if you really want to support my work, you can subscribe to my Patreon. That will be absolutely amazing. With that subscription comes 2 books. One of how to become a sophisticated trader with a lot of knowledge about different chart analysis, different chart patterns of how to recognize them. The other book is about how to identify the most undervalued, underappreciated coins out there. Some of them 50, 100x potential for this altcoin season. But not only that, there's also content which is not on YouTube, and it's definitely worth seeing, because you can learn quite a lot about the most undervalued, underappreciated coins. And of course, you can talk to me directly on Patreon. You can have special requests where I can have a deeper analysis on some of your favorite coins. And I think it will definitely benefit you in the future if you subscribe to my Patreon. Once again, guys, thank you all for tuning in. I really appreciate all the support, and we see each other tomorrow. Goodbye.